Hello there, Board Game Maniacs. Stay tuned for a quick look at my collection of Star Wars Shatterpoint by Atomic Mass Games. Not all of it is my collection. I did some painting for my friends over at Mecha Games. They're more of the sand color and the black and red ones and that. The different completely off colors are mine. Before we get into this, I just want to say thank you very much for all the people who've shown their support for the Aliens Bug Hunt Simulation campaign. That was a success. And it is officially finished for now until we start playing all the scenarios. Comment below and let me know what you thought of this. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a vacation, a hiatus as to speak, for 2 weeks. I will be back and we'll be full swing in the next campaign. And that is 2 weeks from this release date of this Starbound Saturday. Never played this on the channel before. Heck, I didn't even play this before. Again, another Star Wars thing, so of course I had to get it. And I actually didn't leave it sit. As you can see, I painted everything into my collection, as well as some for my friends too as well, because why not? I know you're probably saying to yourself, this train is set up all wrong, and the reason for that is because I know nothing about this Star Wars Shatterpoint yet, but I am going to learn it because it will be on the channel. If not, why the heck did I buy it and paint all it up? I did mention in the previous video talking about the Alien Bug Hunt Simulation at the end of the whole campaign that the next thing we're going to be doing is a very famous IP that even has its roots into the comic books and video games. If you're saying to yourself, oh, you're going to start playing Star Wars Star Wars Shatterpoint, you would be sadly mistaken. And the reason why I say you'd be sadly mistaken is I am not going to be playing this on the channel yet because I know nothing about it. Like I said, this is just all set up just to shoot this video for the fact that, number one, just to let everybody know, all the subscribers and viewers on the channel, that I will not be posting videos for 2 weeks. That's only 2 Saturdays, so you're not really missing much, and the reason is I just need to take a break, recharge the battery, and start to plan for the new campaign that is going to be on this channel next. And like I said, it's not Star Wars Shatterpoint, but it is a very famous IP. It has its roots in the comic book. It has video games. It has movies too as well to its name. And I can't wait because I talked about this in the past on the channel. I talked about a lot of things on the channel, to be honest. But this here I talked about recently, and it is about time that I started doing it. And it's going to be a nice full campaign where it's going to include a lot of things such as like box openings. There are going to be painting tutorials. There's going to be a new game board build tutorial in there, or at least a showing of how I'm building this game board, and many other things, as well as also the game too as well, which is going to be fun, and you're going to have to stand by for that. I've been watching some videos about it, and it does look like it is a lot of fun. Of course it's going to be fun, it's Star Wars. But on top of that, like, the miniatures are larger than normal, which makes it easier for old guys with hard vision, or just people that don't have proper vision, to be able to sit down and paint them, because I think they're like a 40mm scale. It could be wrong, they could be 30, I don't know, but they're just larger than what I'm used to, and I love painting them. So much fun. I've been posting pictures along the way about my painting style and discoveries, I guess, of this larger format. We're probably going to shoot like me learning how to play this game. If you think that's a good idea, comment below and let me know about that. I want to leave it up to the veteran viewers or subscribers, obviously, that are on our channel here that have played this game, and they know, like, hey, use this team because this team is really good at combat because of, do you know what I mean? Like, give me ideas so that when I am going to create my first army to attack other armies, or I guess it's not an army, it's a small little squad. But anyhow, when I create that, and I want to learn with that one. This is backwards. It is Star Wars Shatterpoint video, but yet you're not really talking a whole lot about Star Wars Shatterpoint. Yeah, again, I don't know the game, that's why. But I do want to show you something. If you stuck along with this video with me this long, you can see some stuff in the background, which I'm going to reveal to you in one moment. Now, this is one of the buildings I wanted to show you. It is specifically for Star Wars. You can tell it looks like a little bunker. I just set these clone troopers up here just to show you, and you can see like nice barricades. They're nice hard PLA plastic, and this thing right here, which is really cool, a nice little bunker. And you might say, but this sign don't match them, guys. Oh, well, let's change that out for a generic one. Oh, look at that. Like, you can actually go and put your guys inside, and you can put on like generic tops if you want. So again, another thing you can change. Also, I thought that was really cool. The reason why I'm showing this, I'll explain it all after I show all. But also too as well is it does have, it's a little dark, but there we go. It's still sticky because of the paint. I just painted it. So anyhow, you can lift this up and it can become an open, accessible barricade or your bunker or what have you. Like, this is really, really cool. This is bunkered. It's kind of Star Wars specific, and you can see there's two different plates. I'm sure you can get different plates too as well. They didn't really check. But who made this, you say? Well, I don't exactly know who the artist is that made this train as well as all the other train I'm going to show you. But what I'm talking about is alternatives that you can get to use for like Star Wars Shatterpoint or Star Wars Legion or Fallout Wasteland Warfare or any other game like that. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because it's always good to have options in different styles of train, because I love train, I love painting train, everything about it. So, make a long spiel short about this here is, I don't know who the artist is, but I know you can go to Mecha Games, my buddies over at Mecha Games, and I'm sure they're going to have these up for like, you can purchase them because they do have the license from the artist to be able to print them. mechagames.ca. There'll be a link in the description, and check out what they have for 3D printing in that. If this is not up yet, I'm sorry guys, they may contact you and say, hey, we seen this. Here's another Star Wars inspired, this is the bunker part here. This is from the Star Wars Shatterpoint game, and it just fits perfectly. And you can see it's like a rocky outpost, but underneath the bridge here, I'm going to lift this up and show you in a second. You can see the doors here so that they don't open, but the thing is it's another building for cover and so forth and for height. I don't know a lot about Star Wars Shatterpoint yet, so I just know that you can go up different heights and everything, and it's another one there. I'll show a better shot of that in a second. And I want to show you this here. This is, you can get two as well. I'm just going to show you here, because these are always good to have, and they clipped on great. So these are just walkways. You can see, very cool. You can get them in different lengths too as well. I have some shorter lengths here somewhere, which I'll show you too as well. I'm wrecking everything. I knocked that over. So durability test, yes, these things that were printed from Mecha Games are very durable, because I just dropped it on the floor and it did not crack whatsoever. Woohoo! You can see here, the detail in this again is incredible. I just did a tabletop ready paint job, and it's awesome. This actually is a 1, 2, 3, 4-piece thing here, and it's really cool. And you can see it'll definitely fit in with the Star Wars theme, or it'll fit in with pretty much anything. Right, Captain Rex? Yeah, this is awesome stuff. Kind of a bridge energy station. Again, this is definitely Star Wars compatible, Shatterpoint, Legion. Also, just any like sci-fi games or anything, I think it would work really cool. So this here is just like a sci-fi ladder, and this is like another, could be an ingress point for the Star Wars Shatterpoint. I don't know what that is, at least. But anyhow, like I said, this here, it comes apart, but I do have some things glued on, but this is not glued. So you glue this on. I just left it apart for easy transportation. This thing, also too as well, pops out. It's stiff because I just finished painting it. That's just like a landing for somebody to stand on. But and this part here comes off. Now what's really cool about this though is, well, I put this back on. You can see it's pretty easy to put it together even with one hand. Just the paint is kind of stiff on that still. Anyhow, I'll just stick it like that. It's still stuck in there. So with this, like I said, wait a minute, get on there, get on there. There we go. What's cool about this is that I always see there's a little bump there for the pull, and it only can fit one way. But do you think that I could put that in there? Me? See, look, fits one way. There we go. And easy. It's just me is making it difficult. It's the user. So this thing here, where you see me, that can turn. So you can turn this. Again, let me get down a little lower here. So, and switch arms, because I'm trying to do this part with one hand. There we go. So I'm just loosening it because it's still, the paint it's still fresh. So you can see it's really cool. I put a little bit of lightning in here, just add a little bit, and it's going to slide. But you can do this, and you can transport it or move it so it could be like a moving platform, which I think is really, really cool. So I'm in the light. Just an example. So you can just turn them. What I probably do is I put a little bit of something that is non-corrosive to plastic, just to smoothen it out. I'd say Vaseline, but I think Vaseline is corrosive to plastic. I'm not sure, but I'd do something there so they could go on here. Imagine having two of these, and that's like a half a turn or something. It's really cool. You can go full 360, or you can glue it in places up to you, but I just thought that was really cool, and I wanted to show that part off. And no matter what game you are playing that's tabletop with line of sight and so on, it's always good to have like some things scattertrained that will break up your line of sight and so forth. So these here are very Star Wars-esque, but again, you could use this for anything you want, and you could turn it over. It's got some really cool detail. I just didn't have enough time to paint it like super yellow, because that's what I do, is I'd have like more glow in the dark. But that's another thing that's pretty cool. And again, going with this, you can make a whole yard scene, and that would be awesome possum. Also in behind this tower, it's two-piece, just for transport to make it easier. Everything is so much easier because to store it, because that's one thing I always have problems with, is when I have terrain that is like large amounts of terrain. Everybody's seen on the video of how much terrain I have and the size of some of the terrain that takes up a whole 6x4 table and height, you know, and that's my own fault for building it. But the thing is with that terrain, you know, I don't really think of, oh, what should I do for storing this? And yeah, here's a better shot of what the other side of this post looks like with the rocks onto it. So really cool. I like it. This is kind of like one of my first attempts of doing like OSL or OLS, something like whatever it is, but object source lighting, OSL, that's it. So like it's lighting up down here, but it's the first time I did it. Let me know what you think of my paint job here. All of this stuff I've painted in, it didn't take me that long at all. Again, because of the scale, it was a lot of fun doing. So moving on from this, like, I guess the bridge, I guess, just because it moves. You can call it whatever you want. I don't know, but I think it's cool. But moving on from that, oh, I forgot to show that, again, with all the details, like, I got all the panels and everything. It's really cool. Again, I'm just showing you stuff that you can do to add to your Star Wars, Shatterpoint, / Legion, / sci-fi of anything. You don't have to be the IP of Star Wars. That will fit into a lot of stuff and where you can get it, because there's lots of sci-fi stuff out there, but it's hard to find stuff that will fit into the Star Wars universe. With, again, this video is Star Wars Shatterpoint, talk about everything else, but yeah, this would fit in. This would fit in with a lot of things, actually. Really cool. But moving on from that is really cool. This would be definitely like a Star Wars, or it's going to have like the gate to go through a portal gate, you know, 40K, whatever you want. It's really cool. I like this. This here is a couple of parts. I glued it together though, just to for transport, because it's big, but it's not that big. Because this here is a 2-piece. This one and then this one. This glues onto this, and then this glues in. So it's not a lot of small parts that you'd put together. But the thing is it just makes it easier for transport. But I glued it all together. And as I said, for like some more landings, there's some more too as well, the shorter ones that I painted up, which was really cool. And also too as well, you can see that with this here, this big computer terminal. Now this here, like I said, the Anakin there, I think he's 40 millimeters. And you can see how big that terminal is. It's really good size for this sort of thing. And then you can put that in perspective for what the portal. See, I had to remember it. Sorry, taking a brain fart. But yeah, the portal here. So this is a lot of fun to paint. You know, just put a little bit of object source lighting, trying. I said it right. In there too as well with the airbrush. A little bit of lightning stuff too as well. I thought this was a really, really cool feature on the side of it here. I'm just moving that out of the light. With all the piping and everything, like, that's really cool to run this. Like, this here is like a whole portal station by itself that can be used. Stargate, like for Stargate. See, yeah. So a lot of fun to paint. Very easy to paint, actually. And I think this would make a really cool setting for Star Wars Shatterpoint, or even Star Wars Legion, if something that has to be done. Like, that alone would be like a really cool poster or something for a Shatterpoint game thumbnail. Woohoo! Anyhow, let's moving on to something else too. Here's a little building that you can use for scattered terrain. Now again, this could fit in anything. I really wasn't sure what to paint this. In the end, I was running out of time and I threw some the orange on there, because orange is used in Star Wars. But anyhow, let's see if I can move this out of the way so we can get some better light on this thing, get it a little closer up. So this is really cool. Again, it does resemble the architecture for Star Wars and other games too as well. So you could use this for whatever you want. This is really cool. This is nice, and like you can see this here is printed. It's probably empty inside, but you know, I know that it's pretty tough. So really cool. Door access on each one, main door, it looks like. Get out of the light, get out of the light. There we go. Like the main door, and then these ones, you got a feeling like they're rotating doors. I was going to paint like, I still might paint, I'm not sure yet, but the steel, like the steel scratch marks from this revolving building, or in the room, I should say, and that's the main door. It's really cool. There is some lettering up top here, but again, I didn't have time for dry brushing and everything, but very, very cool details are awesome into this too as well. This would be like a power generator. I think this would be really cool to hook up with that, over there, that Mace is on, the turning walkway. Be really cool to link to this. Now, I put this together. It's a couple of pieces. So you have your barrels. These things here you can see are loose. They come off. The walkways are really cool. They're slotted together. I don't want to pull it apart because I love the look of it, and I don't want to just destroy it all. But it is very simple. So you got 1, 2, 3 walkways. Well, what I got for this, for printing, after they print it, Mecha printed, I painted this up. But you have this big chunk building, and then you have 4 of these barrels. It could be batteries, electric cells, who knows? Like, and you can see like this building is loaded with lots of detail and lots of places where you can stand for fighting, which I think is really cool. And turning it around, more of like a generator looking, you can see there's a little door, well, not a little door, but an entrance door there, and you can see General Grievous, like, it just, cinematically, this looks really cool. For gameplay, this would be very, very awesome, because I think using this height to your advantage, and, you know, if you got some snipers or anything, and then for objective markers and so on and so forth, like, I just think all of that would be, like, totally awesome. So anyhow, I'm just playing around with the camera. But yeah, very cool, very cool. This lifts off, like I said, one part 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get 4 barrels and then the chunk here. So it's not something that is difficult to put together or anything. You can glue it. I did not glue it, and the reason was because the reason is simple: transportation and storage. Storage more than transportation. This is Star Wars Shatterpoint-esque, I can say, because it definitely can fit in with this stuff. And on top of that, it can also be used for such things like Marvel Crisis Protocol, because it looks really cool in other games. Let's go in close for a look at this here massive building, because it is incredible to look at. And it was a lot of fun to paint. This is you can say it's the front of the building, I guess, but you can see it has the doors, the big double doors here, where you can put some characters, just to put a little bit of in perspective. Let's put like a Star Wars Shatterpoint Mini, which is about 40 millimeters, I think, so you can get an idea of how big the door is here. So really cool, and it lines up for like little mini windows. I painted the mini windows. You can paint them whatever way you want, or it's up to you with your imagination. But in either case, you can go up. You can see this here. It's like a different story building, and also too as well, it has all of these markings on the building, but I'm doing this for my friends without them knowing it until they see it, because it's awesome. I had to do this because it was just incredible. This building made me do it actually right here, because I seen the potential into it. So anyway, you can see the buildings, and I left this to be like some kind of alien writing or whatever, just like you see in the Star Wars movies. So I painted it with like a brighter blue color to make it stand out, and more it could be light interpreting or what have you. So I thought this was really cool. This building was all done with an airbrush. I really like how it goes together. So because this building is massive, and it can store down to a very small little box, and I'll show you that. We'll take this one apart because it's so simple to do, but I want to show you the details into this first. So this is the front view. And this here would be one of the sides, and the other side too as well. There's something interesting right here, but this here, it's the same kind of thing. You know, it has the writing onto it, the windows, the smaller windows, and it's all, you could use definitely for Star Wars Shatterpoint, because it is definitely in that scale. The reason why I say this side is very interesting, because you can see there's something else that is going to go there. Now, I don't know if it is a tower that's going to fit there, or some kind of tower, but it just, they didn't give me this section, so I don't know what exactly is this section and what it can be put there. It just lets you think and imagine what can be there. So imagine getting a whole bunch of these buildings and this being like just some sort of cylinder that connects them all together. Like, oh, so awesome. You use it for so many things, and that would definitely crowd like Mecha City 1 for Judge Dredd, for instance, because of the shape of it in the clover, kind of like a cross up top. If you've seen the Carl Urban's second movie, that's kind of like, that's what I'm thinking. But anyhow, really cool. Just a little insert here I found what that spot was for the building. I'm like, what the heck? It actually was this tower. It fits nicely in there into the slots. So you can just put it in there. I just was having a dumb moment, I guess. Anyhow, so there you go. That is the mysterious object. It's filled, and it actually fills out the building a lot more. That looks really cool, but you could use it, as I thought, as just scatter terrain. This could be fit in a lot of different games. It just depends on how you paint it, because it can be pulled out for just modern building and pulled out for a sci-fi building and for Star Wars Shatterpoint. Again, there's so much stuff for this too as well. It's awesome. But now let's go up top here, because this is very interesting to see. I say it's interesting to see because you can see this big 4 on here. This could be a marker, or it could be the Fantastic Four building for Marvel Crisis Protocol, or it could be just, again, a number 4 for like the Empire building, or something for Shatterpoint. There's so many different things, but I just wanted to point that out because it's really cool. I'm just going to move the miniatures off of here for a second, and just to show you, if you're like, yeah, I don't like that number 4, well, you know, you can just take it off. It's gone. Or that could be 1 point they have to capture, and it's worth 4 points, 4 victory points, or what have you. Different game, I don't know. So again, also they have this this turret, and you can take that off too as well, and I'm sure you could probably find other ones that you could put on there instead, which is really cool. But what is even more awesome, you can say, how can it get even more awesome than this? Well, it can, and that is the storage wise of how this building can break down. I didn't glue it, and I am not going to glue it because it's going to be able to break down into and behold into a very small box compared to what a box would be able to have to be to fit the dimensions of this kind of building. So I'm going to take it apart. So just pop, like I said, the number 4 off. I'm going to take the turret off. Now, you can already see the seam lines here because I didn't hide the seam lines, but you can easily hide them. But why would you? This just looks really cool. But anyhow, you can separate this, which I think is awesome. This allows so that you're probably going to be able to expand and make even wider buildings, longer buildings, higher buildings. This is like for like the length or width, or see it blocks, and you can see they're just, you know, pieces like that. The reason why I say that you could do it like height wise too as well, because they also come off this way, and again, because of this building block kind of style. Oh, this one's still stuck together because of the paint. So you get my idea. Nope, you gotta get it off. That sound was satisfying when I put my camera down and I picked up my 2 hands. It comes off. It was just stuck because of the paint. So anyhow, it was so satisfying, that sound. Anyhow, so yeah, it comes apart and it can only fit together one way, which makes it even better. Bam! Just like that, it's back together. Very easy to put together. Very fun to paint too as well. Very easy to paint. The scale of it again is very large. Let's just put a miniature beside it. You already seen the door, but just buy it for building wise, for scale wise I should say. So you can see there. Actually, I'll put it right beside as close as I can get. So again, line with the bottom window. And then if I pull back, keep going back, you can see scale wise. So it's a really hefty building, and with the possibility to even go higher, wider, longer. So just be aware of that. That's really cool. Well, there you have it, Board Game Maniacs. That is my Star Wars Shatterpoint by Atomic Mass Games show and tell video with the little extras at the end with the buildings. And remember, if you want to inquire about them buildings, I have many miniatures, many terrain pieces, everything that they can print off to you. They have shipping worldwide, everything. Just go check them out. It's mechagames.ca because they are Canada, mechagames.ca. Again, this is kind of like, they don't know this, I did this, but it's just, here you go. Because they're always so nice over there and helpful. I don't hear nothing but good things there. Just go check them out. It's really cool. They got a nice place you can play if you're into the Niagara region. You can go and you can play. They have like a little game hall there. It's not that little, but it's a game hall. You can sit there. You can play games. And like, I'm going to see if I can get a little closer look at the finished store because all the renovations are done and so on and so forth. So I'll see if I can get a new updated video on the channel for that so anybody in the Niagara region can check it out at Mecha Games. I hope you enjoyed this because I really like building. I know I shouldn't be saying that out loud with Brady. Brady don't watch it, he's not here. I like building, like putting together terrain, not miniatures. Brady does that. He does all the miniature building for me. But the terrain I like doing, and I love painting it. So this kind of, I enjoy this more than miniatures, I think. But that is just me. Everybody has their own flavor, so to say. So because of that, this is just my flavor. Comment below if you like this video. Comment if you want to see some gameplay or more videos with Star Wars Shatterpoint. Maybe some unboxing videos, some painting tutorials. I don't know. Just comment below if you want to see any more like that on the channel, and I will see what we can do. But just remember, I am taking a 2-week break from Board Game Maniacs, just from everything. I just want to recharge my batteries, put a couple of things together for starting the new campaign that's going to be starting after the 2 weeks is over. So until then, Board Game Maniacs, have some fun. You can check out reruns if you've never seen them, or watch some videos on the channel that you've never seen yet, but you know, you're always like, yeah, I'm going to watch that. Because on our Board Game Maniacs, our algorithm is a little low. It's lower than usual, and you're the only one who will push this further out for me. Give me some like, because the algorithm will recognize it and push it out a little easier here on YouTube. And also too as well is I started another account. I'm not going to give it out yet. I just want to test the waters, before I give it out. When I say another account, I mean another streaming platform too as well, but YouTube is our home, and that's where I started and that's where I'm staying. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any ideas for some Star Wars Shatterpoint videos or anything else, comment below. I will read it, I will comment back. It may take me a little bit, but I always return the comments. I will get back to the 2 comments that have not been replied yet, but that is because I've just been a little hectic around here for a while. It's been a little hectic, I've been a little hectic. Anyhow, like I said, I need a little bit of a break to recharge the battery, so I'll see you on the flip side. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and have some fun, play some games. But remember most of all, and that is, be a maniac. Bye bye, bye bye.
Hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to keep up to date with Board Game Maniacs, click on the like and subscribe button to be notified when more videos come available. If you want to become an official sponsor of Board Game Maniacs, go to patreon.com/BoardGameManiacs. Or you can go to streamlabs.com/BoardGameManiacs1. That's right, and you can donate to help keep the lights on, keep food in our bellies, and play more games. We'll purchase more games, more equipment to make Board Game Maniacs evolve and get bigger and larger. Because of you, the viewers, I thank you from the bottom of my toes to the top of my head for all of your support. And until next time, Board Game Maniacs, be a maniac.